What's going on, Coach Cruise fam? How is everybody doing out there tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing great. I'm recovering from yesterday. Went to a little baseball game. Scuba Meg, you've seen her in my videos. She's the one who lives down in Cozumel. Anyway, she was visiting, and so made the point to want to visit Wrigley Field while she was here, which you can't blame her for that. So made a point to get to the game myself, and did a little drinking. Did a lot of drinking, actually. it was found myself in one of those 24-hour diners at about 2 or 3 a.m. Crushing a skillet with meat and bacon and all that kind of stuff. It was really good. And then kind of just been dazed and confused up until now. And so, let's get it going again. But we are going to be talking about Celebration Key. And I promise you all, because I'm looking at my little Wi-Fi signal thing that's got one little thing out of 3, and I don't know what's going on with that. When I get back from this cruise, doing a 2-week back-to-back on the Carnival, leaving on Friday morning. The cruise sets out on Sunday, so we're going to have I figured out what to call, when you're there 2 days early. Zoe's going crazy for these treats over here right now. I'm giving her these little ones, but we're going to call it 00. So I have day 0. So we're going to say 00 day, if you get there 2 days early before your cruise, because you're going to go down and do some partying down on the sandbar down in Miami. Looking forward to that with our friends down there, Rod and Vicky. They're hooking it up, and a big group of us are going on this cruise together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we got Cruise Life TV, Greg and Michelle. They are actually coming along, not on the cruise this time, but they're coming to visit and party on Saturday. So those of you that are in the members only, I'm going to have some members only video of that. And I'll also share some of those clips on my cruise day video like I normally do for those days preceding. That's always a lot of fun for me. But let me say hi. We're going to get into Celebration Key, and then we are also going to talk about that interview that Christine Duffy had with John Heald, and I don't know who that lady was interviewing him prior to the launch of Celebration Key. And that they were ashamed. They were ashamed. I don't know if it was John Heald that was ashamed or the Carnival Corporation that was ashamed, but I want to thank those of you that reached out to me and said, hey, did you see this video? Did you hear this? What are your thoughts? What is your reaction? I was just messaging with Greg from Cruise Life TV, prior to this. I'm making a video, and I did most of it prior to going live here, and my reaction to that. And I'll talk about that a little bit more as well. But let's say hi to all of you for checking in. Let's see who got the gold, the silver, and the bronze, our top 3 check-ins. We have Ken Lesko says, hello, Coach. Hope all is well. He is the gold medal winner today, and he is a member. All right, we got a member at the gold. Will G, hey, all going to a movie tonight. We'll catch the replay. And Will, it's too bad he's going to a movie, because we could have gotten his thoughts on Celebration Key, because he was the very first to go to Celebration Key on the opening day. Will G was there. So one of our Coach Cruise fam was there on the opening day. Roderick Hawkins gets the bronze medal. Welcome, Roderick. And our very own Edmund Tim is back once again with the wrench, helping us get through the show. We got Justin in the top 5 once again, and we got Frankie Floyd, now also the Emerald Coast Cruiser, is here. And good to see Frankie as always. Trisha and Bert Nichols, always good to see. And there, right below, I'm scrolling from the comments down. I did enter. Let me see if I can still paste that in here. Oh, good. It still worked. Okay. So, yeah, enter. So for those of you that have been asking and how you say, I'm trying to join as a member or whatever, and like last week, I'm like, I don't know either. Like, I don't know how people are joining. So I found the link, and I just shared it again. So for those of you that said you wanted to join but couldn't, there you go. There is the link. As mentioned, Greg and Michelle from Cruise Life TV, they're having dinner right now. So let's see. Can I mention Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins is back, saying hi to everybody. Adventures with Uncle Dave is here. Good to see you. Adventures with Uncle Dave is all. We got our Mossy back once again. Good to see you becoming a regular. Appreciate it. Adele Sargent is back. All right, Adele. Patty Cakes is back once again. Sherry Umel, great to see all of you. Look at everybody. And I love the people that just keep coming back. Sherry, I think, is relatively new, but welcome, Sherry, unless you change your name. But yeah, welcome. Hopefully you're a regular. All right, Yoli is in the house, and Yoli is one of those people I will be partying with on the Carnival Horizon this time next week. This time next week, we'll have already done Celebration Key. That's how close it is to experiencing Celebration Key. And you that aren't already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification button, because it is my every intention, hoping the Wi-Fi works well, but I plan on going live at Celebration Key, and I plan on doing work, okay? I'm actually going to work on Celebration Key more than I'm going to play. That is the intention anyway, because it's my first time. I want to get as much video content as I can. I want to walk all over Celebration Key. I want to hit every area of it, and I want to show it to you. So make sure you have the notification bell hit, and I hope to bring you a bunch of content, because I know a lot of you are planning on going there and want to check it out. So I will hopefully be your eyes and ears, and you can watch through me that way. Pretty Black Buckeye is back. Good to see you back, Pretty Black Buckeye. I remember from just a couple weeks ago, you were on the show. JB is in the house. The wife and I got our shirts packaged today. They look great. We'll sport them on our next cruise, leaving August 9th out of Galveston on the Dream. And we'll be putting that koozie to good use too. Yes, and those of you that are members, JB is a member as well. So I sent him his gift, his Coach Cruise gifts, along with the shirts that he got. So yeah, if anybody wins a shirt, and I'm excited about this. We got 52 people. So look, I'm doing a Carnival thing, kind of like I'm changing the plan, so to speak. But I think you're gonna like my change, unlike Carnival's plan, right? Okay, so I had the t-shirts, and the t-shirts are still an option if you win. But I'm raising the super chat thing before we do the drawing to 150, and I'm about to show you the reason why. Now, if you still want a t-shirt, you get a shirt. You can get a shirt instead of this gift that I'm about to show you right now. But I think most of you are going to want this if you win it, at least the first time you win it. Okay. Then if you want the shirt, not only will you get the shirt, but you're going to get 50. You're going to be the first 50 numbers in the next drawing. So you'll be 1 through 50, and then we'll have 100 more before we reach 150. So you'll have, a 1 in 3 chance basically of winning 2 prizes if you pick the shirt. And then you might just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take the shirt this time, then I get a free 50 drawings. Then maybe I'll win what I'm about to show. Okay, so check this out. This is my new gift. And look, okay, so you might be saying, well, what the heck is that? It is a collapsible cooler, and a big one. All right, look, it's even got a little bottle opener on here. But check this out on the inside, just how big it is. Look how big that is. Okay, you can put a lot of drinks in there. And it's really thick, like really good quality. Like, I feel like this thing is going to last for years. And I mean, you don't have to use it as a cooler, but obviously, you can put ice in there, carry it as a beach bag or whatever else like that. But obviously, these cost me a lot more than the t-shirts, and they're going to cost a lot more to ship, because it's heavier and everything else like that. So that's why I had to bump it up to 50. But again, if you choose to win this, then that's it. You won. But if you choose to take the shirt instead, then you're going to get 50 free entries into the next drawing. So that's how that'll work. So hopefully that sounds good to everybody. Lori Barber is here. What's going on, Lori? We got Tony S. in the house. Victoria Stone is here all the way from California. Love it. All right. And JB started us off with a super sticker. So let's get going here. So Adventures with Uncle Dave was the one extra one from last week. So that's the only carryover. So then now JB with the super sticker is numbers 2 through 6. Thank you for that, JB. Cakes. I finally figured out how to join with Carnival Cruise Addicts. Okay. Yeah. And they messaged me right after that show last week, Patty Cake. So I'm glad that they were able to help with that. And they're awesome. And they're getting ready to go on the cruise. They're going to actually be to Celebration Key before me, a day or two before me. So let's see. JB, 1 week after you to Celebration Key. I'm going monitoring. Okay. We got Frankie Floyd, the Emerald Coast Cruiser. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to put ECC, but FF. So, so Emerald Coast Cruiser, Frankie Floyd, numbers 7 through 16. And for those members, come here. You got, for those of you like the more, inside edition of Coach Cruise, you get some more formal videos. Funny story. I just did a video and I released it yesterday, and it was a drunk release. I hate to admit that, but it was. Like, I woke up today and I got a comment. I think it was from Kimberly Lavelle, and she said, "Great video." And I'm like, "Great video? What video?" And then I saw I just randomly dropped a video. I guess that's what happens sometimes. Yeah. So by the way, Zoe just is literally taking the treat out of my hand. You're supposed to say thank you first, high five for Frankie Floyd. And yeah, that's it. You say thank you. Okay, you can have your treat now. So thank you for getting us started with Zoe's treat there. As you can see, she enjoyed it. Is enjoying it. Mandy is in the house once again. Good to see Mandy. Eric from North Shore Travelers is here. Look at that. We still got new people. I'm scrolling through. It's gonna get to the point one day where we're not gonna have time to go through. But you know what? I almost hope that doesn't happen. I mean, you want growth, but I love, checking in with all of you. Jeff Pierce is here, going in January to Celebration Key. Greg just shared that link again for those of you that want to join the members, and you'll get maybe more drunk videos from me. Stephanie Shelley is here, going to Celebration Key in October. Okay. Trisha and Bert Nichols, I want a bag. You want a cooler bag? All right. So let me put down Trisha and Bert. They did a $5 super chat. And you know what? I got to put the other super chats up there. I forgot to do that. 17 through 21. Trisha and Bert. We got Amy K saying hi to everybody. What's going on, Amy? And I think we were caught up with that. All right. So we got people talking about Celebration Key already. Now, a big group of people, I mentioned Will G was already there. Island Time, one of our brother channels, we had Alex Roberson, who's been on the show several times, and he just raved about Celebration Key. And one of the things I found interesting, and I was actually going to mention this to the group that I'm going with, because they had bought a cabana, and those cabanas are crazy expensive. And, one thing, I heard in watching Alex's show and what he thought is, he said, he didn't spend any money. And he said he had a great time on Celebration Key. He said you don't need to spend any money, and you can still have a good time. As far as seating goes, he said that the umbrellas and the chairs are readily available and they don't cost anything. So, and point to, my friends that bought that cabana, I was almost going to say that you might want to cancel, because if we can get a big group together and we can get, umbrellas and chairs and everything for free, why drop all that money on a cabana? So, I'm always like trying to find ways to save you all money. So I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff. And then as far as the food goes, it is a simple, kind of lunch, but I know Alex had mentioned, there are different sandwiches and, comes with fries and a cookie or something like that. So, you're not going to like stuff your face or anything like that, but there is, what am I going to say? There's food there. and you're at least not going to go away hungry. You're at least going to be able to put some kind of food in your stomach. You just can't go back for seconds or thirds like you would at the buffet. One thing that I've heard, I mean, Carnival took a lot of heat for the pool noodle, and is the rave reviews that Alex gave. He was always also ripping Carnival on that pool noodle real hard because they were trying to charge $20 for a pool noodle. I just left the dollar store today and I saw a pool noodle and they were selling for $1. Then Carnival's trying to ask for 20, which I guess they lowered it to 10 now. And I think that's to rent. You got to rent a pool noodle. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing. You can get them at the dollar store for literally $1, but you can rent a pool noodle for $10. That still sounds crazy. But yeah, otherwise, Celebration Key, like I said, has been really getting good reviews, and I am super excited to go check that out. So we talked about the food. We talked about the ample seating. One bad thing that I've seen reports on, and I was hoping this wasn't true. Okay, so we already knew that if those of you that had the Cheers package, that your Cheers package wasn't going to work on Celebration Key, and that you were going to have to buy drinks once you got to Celebration Key. But if these reports are true, it's just like, Carnival, how much money do you need? I know you're a business, but my God, stop doing the nickel and dime stuff. So check this out. You get, under the Cheers package, you get 15 drinks that contain alcohol, and you get unlimited non-alcohol drinks. I buy it every time because I drink enough to warrant, and it saves me money. So I still buy it, right? But what I heard, and I don't know if this is true, I haven't confirmed it, so I'm not saying for sure. Maybe somebody has heard this too, and you can confirm it for sure. I don't know. But let's say that I buy 5 drinks on Celebration Key. Let's say I buy 5 drinks. Those 5 drinks, from what I'm told, count against my 15. So I paid for the drink. So I already paid $84 a day for the Cheers package, right? And then when I get back on the ship, they're going to say, oh, yeah, you only got 10 drinks left. You had 5 on Celebration Key. But I paid for them. They cost me money. You can't have both, Carnival. Well, apparently you can, because you're making the rules. If that is true, that is infuriating to somebody that's paid $84 a day. And that's before extra tips that you might put on for the bartenders and things like that. $84 a day. And then let's say you go on Celebration Key and you have 10 drinks, right? Then when you go on the ship, you only have 5 left. So you probably dropped well over $100 on Celebration Key buying drinks. And then the $84 you spent on the Cheers package for that day, you don't have hardly any drinks left once you get back on the ship, if that is true. So I don't know if anybody can confirm that, but that is something that is super BS if that's the case. And that's something they definitely got to change. You can't have it both ways. Again, if you want to give people free drinks on Celebration Key, definitely that counts against their 15. But if you're making them pay for them, you can't count that against their 15. I'm sorry. That's not fair, Carnival. It's not fair. All right, let me see if I got any more comments. We got Adventures with Uncle Dave doing a $10 super chat. All right. So we got some people that are wanting this bag. And again, this is my first 150 drawing. So we are with Uncle Dave here. We got 22 through 31. And there is a big old treat from Uncle Dave. Say thank you to Uncle Dave. And there it is. All right. Thank you, sir. Adventures with Uncle Dave, 22 through 31. Eric's going to be at Celebration Key in October on the Ace Cruise. Oh, very cool. Kimberly Lavelle. Yeah, I just mentioned you. Kimberly, were you on when I mentioned you? Ali D. They are not the traditional pool noodles. They are the huge ones, not made of traditional foam. Still silly for the price. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you for that information, Ali D. So, Ali, were you actually at Celebration Key? I'm kind of guessing you were, since you have that inside info, or maybe you just saw it somewhere. Look at that. We get, meaning me, gets our first treat. And I got something I'm going to try here. I've never tried this. but it looked interesting. Those of you that are Kentucky Derby fans, they know the mint julep is the popular drink or whatever. So I got this around Kentucky Derby time, and I have not opened it. Well, I opened it prior to, but we're going to give this a shot. This is the mint julep bourbon. I don't know. I don't know if it's just mint julep and they just put it in this bottle. I don't know, but I bet it tastes good. I'm thinking it's Old Forester. Old Forester usually makes. So Greg and Michelle, thank you for that treat for Zoe and a shot for Coach. So here we go. Yeah. I mean, maybe as a sipper, not as a shot. That might be the last shot we do of that. We might be going back to the Four Roses after this one, but I appreciate it all the same. No, I think that's one. It does have that mint julep taste, but I don't know if you want to do shots of mint julep. So I got your treat here for Zoe. She's still finishing up Uncle Dave's treat. So let me put CLTV down here. And you guys are 32 through 51. Okay, so we are only 99 away, and we get to give away our first bag, assuming the winner chooses the bag. Cruise Life TV, yeah, if you purchase on the island, you need to pay via credit card. It won't go. Oh, okay. Look at that. See, this is why you tune in, because our Coach Cruise fam has Ali D just told you about the pool noodles. And we got Cruise Life TV giving us some good info here. If you purchase on the island, purchase via a credit card, and it won't go against the number of drinks. So I didn't even know a credit card was an option, because normally they say you got to pay with your ship card. So see, we're learning new stuff here all the time. And this is from Greg and Michelle. Give a high five to him too. She's getting better with the manners. She's starting to bark before she even, or starting to say thank you, I should say, before. Trisha and Bert, only if you use your sale and sign card, use your credit card. Okay, yeah, and they have that same information. So you guys are on it. You guys are on it. This is the community that we're talking about. We work together here to come up with the answers. Let's see. Adventures with Uncle Dave said the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. 3 in a row right there. We got that good info. Ken Lesko, Royal allows their drink package to work at Coco K. Yeah, and that was the thing a lot of people had said. JB, Coach, have you heard if you use your credit card, it won't count against your drink pack? Okay, yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know, because I'm going to want to enjoy some drinks. So I also, when I get back on the ship, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you got 4 drinks left or whatever, like, wait, I was at the beach. I was having fun. What do you want me to do? So that's good to know. So I'll definitely bring a credit card off of the ship. Fat Cat to Slim Cat. I like the name. This is the first time I'd remember that name if you've been on here before. I think it's only if you use your ship card. Okay, good to know. Fat Cat to Slim Cat. And again, all of you had that information ready. So you guys are on top of it. Stephanie Shelley, Cruise with Jen tested that, and when she got back on the ship, there was no drinks showing up. So she still had, okay. So Stephanie, did she, yeah, I forgot she was on that cruise too. I should have had her on the show today. I didn't even reach out. I thought about it for a second, and then I forgot she was on that cruise, and I should have done that. Okay, but yeah, was she using a credit card or was she using the ship card? That's the thing. Okay, but that is good to know. Well, definitely, like I said, I'm going to be there. So, and here we go. Cruiser Charlie, treats for Zoe and a shot for you. And Yoli and Andrew, again, I said this would normally be my first shot. I forgot, so it's going to be my second. I said I'm doing one of these, though, each show, because that's why there's still so much of it left, because I've only done one each show, because 100 proof, and I'm not trying to die by the end of the show. The other ones I have are like 90 proof. So this Whistle Pig Piggyback 100 proof, small batch, age 6 years. This stuff is potent. But Cruiser Charlene, thank you so much. Here we go. that was better than the mint julep stuff for sure. Thank you for that. And let me put Charlene down. And Zoe is jumping up here waiting for this next treat. She is ready. So, Charlene, your numbers 52 through 71, and we're almost halfway to doing that bag drawing. And look at that. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, is in the house. Rick TC, and he is numbers 72. And now we're over halfway to doing that first bag drawing. Who is going to win the first cooler bag ever? All right, let's see. We got Cruise Life TV. That's a marketing trick for getting the Carnival credit card. So when you're on the island and purchase the Carnival credit card, hey, yeah, that probably is. All right. How about you not climb over the fence here? Yeah, high five for Charlene. And what do you say? She says, thank you. I mean, yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier. So everybody that was on the members only, I took Zoe to Dog Beach, and that was one of the members only videos. They got to see Zoe living her best life and dog heaven. I mean, if there's a dog heaven, like, you know, that's probably what it looks like was in that video. So those of you that are members, you got to see Zoe running around, and she took out another dog. I mean, those of you that watched the video, she was chasing this dog, and Zoe's pretty small, but she found a dog smaller than her, and this poor little guy or girl, you know, was running away, and Zoe just kind of trampled her and did a little spin and roll. You don't hear me yelling at her, but you can kind of see her look back at me like, I'm sorry, you know, like, because I scolded her for being too rough or whatever. But yeah, she was having a lot of fun, so it's all good. All right. Oh, okay. So Stephanie, all right. So Stephanie says she used her credit card. Okay. So yeah. So I guess the credit card is the way to go. You got to use the credit card. Tony is saying, Zoe, slap that huge ass. Okay, we got some more names. All right, and you're definitely new because I don't remember that name, or you changed your name. Wife and I are Diamond Carnival. Carnival just handed us divorce papers. Court date is June 1st, 2032. And you know what? I haven't even gotten into that part of the discussion. That was the embarrassing part. Okay, so let me briefly mention that, and thank you for bringing that back up. Slap that huge ass. That's a great name. So she said sustainable. This is one of the things you're going to see in the video that I release tomorrow or the next day, whenever I finish it, editing and upload it or whatever. Sustainable, my butt. Okay, because Christine Duffy says, you know, the way things are, they're just not sustainable. You're right. The way the current plan is to give the priority boarding and, you know, even laundry, maybe that's not sustainable for the growth of the number of platinum and diamond cruisers. If you keep platinum at only 75 days and you keep diamond where it is at 200 or whatever, it might not be sustainable. But one thing I'll point out in that video, and I did point out, and I'll share it tomorrow. So like and subscribe, have the notification bell on. You'll get that video right away. Is it's sustainable. Like if you need to have 10% of your customer base to be priority boarding, then all you have to do is manage the percentage, right? And if you want to change the plan, you can change the plan to make it sustainable. So for example, if you need to up the average days of priority boarding to say from 75, which is, where the entry point is now to get priority boarding. Let's say you need to raise it to 125 or 150 to lower the number of cruisers down to where it is sustainable. Guess what? It's sustainable. So Christine Duff, yes, it is sustainable to keep your loyal cruisers. And many of them that have been with you for decades and stuff like that, rather than saying, okay, we're going to give you 2 years or we're going to give you 6 years to maintain this, if you choose, you could simply just, you can move the goalpost, but you don't have to get rid of your loyal cruisers. You don't have to kick them to the curb, the people that built your company. Okay, so that's the thing. And, as AppDapp just pointed out, they're another one. that got their divorce papers, right? And they're saying, you know, Carnival, you want to wash your hands of us? We're going to wash our hands with you. And I can't blame anybody that thinks that way. I cannot do it because, you know, that's a huge slap in the face when you put all your money and you're just going to say, you're just going to turn your back on your loyal cruisers and basically say, you know, we'll give you 2 years. We'll give you 6 years if you're really loyal. Okay. But we're not going to be loyal to you unless you spend a certain amount of money or buy a certain amount of things on your Carnival credit card to keep your status. You know, that's just crap. And I'm sorry, I don't like it. I might be, you know, I had talked with Cruz and Jen about this, you know, a couple weeks ago. I'll probably end up keeping my status of diamond just because if I continue to go on the number of Carnival cruises, just for the sheer number of cruises I go on, plus playing the casino and things like that, I'll probably end up with about that many points or at least platinum level because of the number of cruises and things like that. But we'll see. But it doesn't stop me from being mad for all of the cruisers that don't fall into that category, right? Because I mean, we are like cruise family. We are like, I mean, I've said this so many times, but cruisers and those of us that love cruising, it's a different breed. You know, I've mentioned that song so many times by Mary Morris, All My Favorite People. And it doesn't sing about cruising, but when I think about all my favorite people, it's like I'm thinking of you all, right? Because, you know, the friendships that you make and the extended family you make and things like that from cruising is just the greatest thing, right? I mean, it's a different breed. We are different culture, I guess you could say, than a lot of the world that vacations different ways. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm okay. I'm going to step down from the soapbox now. I got a little heated there, so let's keep going. But thank you for getting me hot there, Slapdat. And then we got Eric from the North Shore Travelers. He's up in Minnesota. Let's see, Eric, NST. Zoe, come here. You got another treat. Didn't take her long, did it? 77 through 86. We might be able to give this away. You ready for it? This is North Shore Traveler. You gonna high five North Shore Travelers? What are you gonna say to them? She's gonna say thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Texas Cruiser, I'll make sure to have one when we meet Uncle Dave. Zoe's way bigger on video than what I've seen on screen. Yeah. Did say yes. Rick, the Texas Cruiser. And you know what, Rick? Because you did a $5 one earlier, we're going to give you credit for a 15, which would mean I get a treat as well. So your numbers 87 through 96, and that means we're only 54 away. Let's see. Let's go. We're running low on the Four Roses, so we don't have too many shots. But we'll go to the Four Roses now. This is our third bourbon of the evening, and the Texas Cruiser. Thank you, sir, for your super chats. Here we go. Ooh, that one is a little stronger. That tasted stronger than the piggyback. Okay. Thank you. Once again, those of you that haven't hit the like button, if you could hit that like button, I would most appreciate it. Okay, yeah, so Adventures with Uncle Dave. And this is a comment that okay, and I'm almost caught up here. Wait, no, I'm not. I hate to be the one to say it, but how many time cruisers under 18 don't spend money anyway, just riding mom and dad's coats? Yeah. So speaking of that, all right, and the moms and dads want, just like moms and dads, you know, do savings plans for college and stuff like that. They were doing plans for their children to be diamond and platinum, you know, when they grew up. And then Carnival just yanked the rug out. Now, I know, you know, people without kids are like, yeah, whatever, you know, they don't earn it. I understand that thinking as well. But here's the thing. I mean, that's kind of what was promised. That was the image or what Carnival was saying for all these years. And then they just yank it out. And that video that Christine had, or that, you know, that interview, whatever you want to call it. She had said once they reach 18, they can opt in to the program. Now I'm wondering if it's 18 because that's when they're legal adult, or if the child that's diamond or platinum, whatever, and that's been ripped away. I'm wondering if they can wait and say, okay, I'm going to wait till I'm 24 and I actually have a job, right? Because you go to college, you're going to probably be in college from 18 to 22, 23. And by the time you're actually making a living on your own, you might be 23, 24, 25 years old. Or I'm wondering if they just, as soon as they're legal, 18, they put them on the clock. If they do that, then it's worthless. But she did say that, they could opt in. So I'm just wondering if they have to opt in at 18 or they can wait until a period to where they're actually have their own money and making their own money and can, choose to get into that program that way. Let's see. Slapped at. Yes, coach, I'm no genius, but it could have modified the VIP program 3 or 4 different ways without enraging. Yes, absolutely. I make that point in the video I'm releasing tomorrow. Slapped at. We're on the same page. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. And you know what? I thought about this too when I'm making these videos. If I were to interview Christine Duffy or John Heald, obviously I would soften the edges or whatever. But I would say pretty much what I say. It's true. That lady that interviewed Christine Duffy wasn't an interview. She knew the questions that were going to be asked, and she still had a hard time answering them because she knew what she was saying was crap, right? That's why she was so careful. If you go back and you find that video, and here's the thing that's embarrassing, that's ashamed. Carnival is ashamed, or John Heald is ashamed of that interview. And somebody said this, I didn't hear it. If somebody said this, confirm it. But I guess they interviewed one of the top dogs, somebody above Christine Duffy. And he said something to the effect, this is what I was told, I didn't hear it with my own ears, that, something about, Celebration Key and we're going to make $8 billion, or, it's like money, like we're going to make so much money or whatever. And then basically Christine Duffy kind of like cut him off or whatever. And, took the mic away from him because he was making them sound what they are, greedy and only money hungry and not loyal to their most loyal cruisers. Okay. But they're like, we're going to make so much money. So yeah, it's that's what it comes down to. That's really all it is. So Stephanie, it took me 15 years to get platinum, and there is no way, I didn't mean to erase that, I'll be able to keep it in a year period. Yeah, no, it's garbage. It's garbage. It's still garbage. I'm glad people are still mad about it because, like I said, when I think about it, it's like you have to, where did the loyalty go in life, right? You respect the people that got you where you are. Like if you're a family, you respect your grandparents because your grandparents gave you your parents brought you up. You do that. You respect your elders. Okay. You respect, if you're a company, you respect the people that got you where you are. And you always show that respect. That's what a good company does. And I love Carnival. I love the crew, but it's a major, major, major fail. This VIP plan, and the fact they're doubling down on what I call stupid is upsetting. Okay. And honest to God, I think, and I said this in the video too. So again, when I release that video, you'll see this, but I mean, Christine Duffy's getting paid millions. All right. If you want to pay me the amount of money Christine Duffy's getting paid to be a sellout and try to, put lipstick on a pig or whatever, I'll try to do that. And honestly, I really feel that that's what's happening. I really don't even believe just the way Christine Duffy was answering those questions. You could see it was like she was walking on thin ice and she was trying to choose her words and she was because she didn't believe the same crap that she was trying to sell. right? And not sustainable. She knows it's sustainable. It's just, it's I don't whatever. I'm done. I'm, it, it gets me hot. It gets me hot thinking about it. And the thing about it is that again, it doesn't even really affect me that much. It just makes me hot for all the people out there that have been so loyal. You all that have been so loyal to this company, and then for them to just yank the rug out and then just say, yeah, well, so we can't do it. No, it's not sustainable. It's impossible. It's impossible. We can't do it. BS. Where's my little BS video kid? That's what I need. All right. Look at this here. We got Cruise Life TV. And they say, Michelle wants that bag. All right. Cruise Life TV. And I want another shot. And I'm going to get one apparently. So 97 through 106, 116. We're only 34 away. Zoe, you want another treat? Come here. All right. Let's get this Four Roses back, and hopefully it doesn't taste as strong as that last one did. All right. We still got 79 of you. So if all 79 of you have hit that like button, I thank you very much, but please do. Here we go. So Cruise Life TV, thanks so much. I saw somebody just joined our member thing. So we had a new member in the house. That is showing up on my screen. I can't see who it is just now, but wait a minute. I'm trying to. Okay. So I just shared the members only link again as well. $5 a month. You get those crazy videos. One, like I said yesterday, I shared a video from the Cubs game with my friend from Cozumel that's visiting Chicago. She's from Chicago. We used to teach together way back in the day. Cruise Life TV came through again for you. So high five to Greg and Michelle. They want that back. What do you say? All right, there you go. Okay, Slap That is active in the chat at my Clark. The guest Carnival, sizable percentage of casino revenue comes from your most frequent cruise. I'd love to see it, but yeah, okay. So let me do another question. Adele Sargent, that's who it is. Adele Sargent is our newest member. Welcome to the Coach Cruise members only family. Appreciate that, Adele. And we will try to get you. Well, you already have access now to all the members only, so you get to see me cook. I've cooked stuff. You get to see Zoe more. You get some just weird videos. Most of the stuff, I'll be honest, is not cruise related. Once in a while, I'll throw you some cruise stuff, or once in a while, I'll throw you some behind the scenes stuff that I can't share publicly. But in a small group setting where there's 30, 40 of you or whatever, I can share it to those 30 or 40. I just can't share it because it's kind of behind the scenes, kind of off the not off the record, but you know what I'm talking about. Panther TSX, hope you're well, Coach. Hi from Travis and Alyssa. Oh, hey. Yes, Travis and Alyssa. Very cool. We end up staying on board a cruise ship for another 2+ months. It won't be with Carnival since our day. Oh, yeah. So Panther TSX, Travis and Alyssa, they were on my show and they were living on, I believe it was the Carnival Horizon. Yeah. And they were on this show way back when. And they are, I swear, they are succeeding at life. Okay. Because these two are traveling the world. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, working off their computers. I mean, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, you guys got to send me updates of, where you guys are at and everything else like that. So I hear you. But yeah, Panther TSX, they lived on a Carnival ship. And since their status isn't going to matter anymore, they're like, okay, maybe it'll matter to MSC or maybe it'll matter to Royal or whatever. All right. So JB says that was the CEO, believe it or not. Okay. Let's see. What happens if I turn diamond after June 1st? Will they change the 2 years to 6? Yeah. So, I mean, as long as you turn diamond, from the way I understand it, as long as you turn diamond before the official launch, that's June 2026. Who is this? Wait a minute. I got another treat in my hand. Cruise Life, no, you don't get this. I already gave you their treat. Oh, I'm gonna set that one down. Here, you can have that instead. You don't have another treat coming yet. Let's see. Yeah, so Cruise Life TV, as long as you get it before that the plan starts in effect, like if you hit platinum or you hit diamond, then you'll be locked in for those 2 years or 6, before you go. So for those of you that, like want to lock in diamond, if you're close enough to diamond, you have to book one extra cruise or something like that to get to diamond before the start clocks, begins, then that might be the case. All right, JB, I think you got cut off the last one. Was CEO, believe it or not, she reiterated the cost of CK, $600 million, and the CEO kind of pulled the mic to insert, but it's going to make us $6 billion. Yes. Okay, so JB had it right there. It's like, like the Scrooge. Remember the Scrooge movie? And he's counting up all his money, and it's like, get away from me. He's counting all his money up and everything. That is the greed. That is the greed shining bright. Guys like, it costs us 600. We're going to make 6 billion off it. And just all about the money. But it can't be sustainable to the loyal cruisers that built your damn company, that enabled you to spend $600 million on Celebration Key, that you can make 6 billion off of, but you can't be loyal to the people that got you there. And that's what gets me upset. Slapdad, if you're a CCL shareholder, their board of directors come up for re-election at the CCL. Vote against that board of election. All right, we got CCA in the house. Carnival Cruise Addicts, and they are going to Celebration Key. So they finally made it. I'm way behind comments because you guys rock, because you always do, and we're getting more and more people every week. I love it. Kimberly LaBelle, let's see if we slap that, can't fire Duffy and company, but we can vote the members out, board members out. Yeah, let's vote them out. If they're the ones they're doubling down on stupid, let's vote them out. Betty O, Coach, it was an opening ceremony for Celebration K. Christine Duffy was thanking Weinstein for the $600 million for the build, and he said, we'll make $600 billion. It's on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for doubling on that, and JB shared as well. It's greed. It's greed. That's greedy corporation. Carnival, and it's frustrating to us because we get on the ships, and the people that work on the ships, the crew, they're so amazing. They're not the greedy ones, right? They're just working there. They show us that love, and we have those friendships and those bonds and everything. That feels like the family and everything. These jerks, the 600 million, 600 billion guy, we don't ever see him unless it's some event, where they're opening Celebration Key or something like that. The rest of the time, they're on their own private yachts that they spent 60 million on or whatever, and are just counting the profits from all the loyal cruisers they just kicked to the curb because it was going to cost them an extra few million to accommodate them for laundry or to give them some little luggage key tag that they got rid of because it was costing them too much money. Like, get that out of here. All right, with that. So yeah, God, you guys got me going again. Okay, so Travis and Alyssa, they're living in Puerto Vallarta at the moment for a few months, and then they'll probably be in Rome or I don't know where else, Spain. I don't know. They just they're just living the life. I don't know how they do it, but they're doing it. All right, we're getting so close now. Michelle B, Zoe, hey girl, hey, here's a treat from Roscoe. Zoe, you want a treat from Roscoe? I guess you do. So high five for Roscoe. High five for Roscoe. Roscoe's taking care of you. You say thanks to Roscoe? Yes, you are. You got a double thank you. There you go. LB. See how close we are now. We are 117 through 136. We're only 14 away. We're going to give away this first bag. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who the first bag is going to go to. Michelle, Greg and I haven't. I'm thinking that met Josh Weinstein several times. He did not seem like the Scrooge money grabby type, but I really do think they were cut off there. I really do think they were okay, but definitely out of touch with what their loyal passengers. Okay. All right. So Greg and Michelle, first off, they're nicer than me. I'm trying to get this other comment up here, and it's not. Oh, there we go. Definitely out of touch with their loyal passengers. Really want and appreciate about Carnival. Yeah, and then that's the thing. They need somebody. And I, honest to God, John Heald, if you look at that video, if you go and find the videos, because John Heald took it down off his page. I don't know if it was John Heald, or I don't know if Carnival said to John Heald and Jacinta, like, hey, get this crap off. It makes us look like greedy Scrooges, or it makes us look like dog poo or whatever. But that's the first time I've ever seen or witnessed a video being taken down, right? And that only tells me, if I take a video down, it's probably, well, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons that it could be, but in this case, I think it screams that they're just ashamed, they're embarrassed by the video, and that's why, you know, that it came down. And if this Weinstein guy or whatever, talking about how much money they're going to make and everything else, talking about how much money they're going to make in the same month that you just kicked all your loyal cruisers to the curb, you know, or said you're going to kick all to the curb if they don't spend a certain amount of money. You know, that is an ultimate slap in the face. I mean, you know, you talk about kick them when they're down. That's the ultimate kick them when they're down moment. You know, you've already told all the loyal cruisers that we don't care about you. We don't care that you built our company. All right. That you are, you know, just, yeah. I mean, that it doesn't matter, right? It's just that your loyalty didn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. All right. Unless you spend a certain amount of money. Okay. And then you're going to rub it in and say how much money you're going to make off the celebration key. Yeah. It's just, like I say, it's just like kicking people while they're down. It's not cool. It's not cool. Scott and Kelly's Adventures. Welcome, Scott and Kelly, first of all. It wasn't about the laundry. They had to do away with priority boarding because there were so many diamond members. Yes, and Scott and Kelly, glad you brought that up. This is the point I make in my video. Okay, let's say that in order to make priority boarding work, you can only have 10% of a ship load get priority boarding. So what do you have to do? You have to do the math, and you have to figure out, okay, how many, you know, how do we lower this number so it's only about 10% of the people boarding the ship, and how many days do we have to make it as a requirement to get priority boarding in order to keep it in that 10% level for, say, 10 years, based, you know, adjustment for, you know, the increased growth and the number of ships and everything else like that. And then you just change it. You just change it. You could have done that. You could have not thrown away people's loyalty or whatever. And maybe there's some diamond cruisers. Maybe it would have been 200 days. Maybe you just say, you know what, we can't do platinum anymore. And that was one of my things, is I'm like, you know, like, replace the gift of early boarding with something else to give to the platinum members, and only make it diamond. That means that only diamond members are getting priority boarding. Okay. And then you can make it work. You can make it sustainable. That Christine Duffy says it wasn't sustainable. It's very sustainable. You just have to, again, you have to move the goalpost a little bit, right? Increase the number of days that it will take. And then you can decrease the number of people that are getting priority boarding. And then you can make it work, right? That's what you have to do. It's not that damn difficult. Texas Cruiser, I need another run for Whistle Pig. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll put in, because I did one. So that's you got, you know, that's 5 toward it. I got you. I got you. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, 137 through 141. We are 9 away. We are 9 away. Coach, you said dog poo. Yeah. Your internet. My internet is dog poo. I got to get that fixed. I promise I do. When I get back from this cruise, I got to look into new internet service. This is terrible. Yeah. Look at this. We got Edmund, Tim, and Cheryl. Oh, wait. Why did it go away? Treat for everyone. All right. We got the 4 roses. Zoe, do you want a treat from Edmund, Tim? I think you do. And Cheryl? See, I started talking. I should have started talking about the VIFP plan first, and then switched to the Celebration Key, because now y'all got me a little heated. So, all right, Edmund, Tim, Cheryl. There's Zoe's treat. I'm gonna take my treat first. I normally give you your treat first, but no, you gotta wait. Hold on. So Edmund, Tim, thank you, and Cheryl. And Zoe, high five. For Edmund, Tim, and Cheryl, what do you say to him? All right, quick thank you. There you go. There's only one treat left. And let's see. And personally attacking John Hill's absolutely uncalled for. It's not him. He's just the one. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. So Adventures with Uncle Dave makes that point. And I made that point too in the video. I genuinely think John Hill cares. And when you see Christine Duffy talking, you see John Hill sitting there in the chair like, he's sitting there like this. Like he just, he's not, I mean, if somebody agrees with something, like Christine Duffy's talking about it, if somebody agrees with something and they're behind it, you see them like, nodding their head and like, yep, that it's good. Yep. John was sitting there the whole time while she's, spreading this crap plan and like just looking like this. And then at the end, he chimes in and says basically like, well, I get all these comments, and he doesn't go into specifics, but it's very much implied that all the comments are negative about this VIFP plan. And then he, throws just a little bit of sugar, basically saying like, yeah, but the people say, they love the crew and that's why they'll keep cruising. So he basically said, everybody says this plan is complete horse poo, dog poo, whatever you want to call it. And we're still doing it. We're still doing it. Everybody thinks it's crap. All your customer base thinks this is complete crap, but you keep doubling down on stupid. That's what they're telling John Heald. But we're, the people that responded to him, or what he referred to, said, we still love cruising though, and we're still going to keep coming. And that is true. People are going to still cruise because they love cruising. Are they going to cruise with Carnival? That's the thing. How many of you loyal cruisers did you purge? And I promise you purged a lot, Carnival, because look at the thousands. It's literally in the thousands now of comments I've gotten from the videos that, I've put out. And I think I've responded to every one of them. And if I haven't, let me know, because I try to do my best to respond to each and every comment. But yeah, you all are mad, and you're still mad. And again, I mean, I wasn't planning on doing another video, but you guys, you kept messaging me and you say, well, what do I think? And so, I'm going to share what I thought. So you'll get that video probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. Cruising Chris Moss. I should be on Celebrity Beyond. Just got home. I don't know what you're talking about, but Coach needs a shot, and Zoe a treat. I care about the Coach fam. Chris Moss, we care about you, my friend. And you have received for Zoe the final treat that I have. Doesn't mean people can't. Oh, wait a minute. Edmund Tim got us over. I forgot to write Edmund Tim down. So Edmund Tim is 142 through 150. Okay, so we're going to do our first drawing. And then let's see. 56, that's 8, that's 7. So Edmund Tim is also numbers 1 through, I'm having the math, 7. And then Chris Moss. Oh, I'm excited. We're going to give away our first bag. Here we go. Let's see. Chris Moss, 15. Okay, so 8 through 22. Let me get this shot here ready. for Chris. Thank you, sir. Chris Moss is another member. There we go. And I got to take Zoe because I'm going on this cruise, Carnival Horizon. I didn't even talk about that. Carnival Horizon, 2 weeks, going to Celebration Key, Grand Cayman, Montego Bay, Aruba. This is the second cruise now. Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. 6 ports, 14 days. It's going to be amazing. You got one more treat left, and then the rest is like little treats. But high five for Chris Moss. What do you say to him? What do you say? Say she said thank you. And I say thank you. And I did my shout already. But thank you, Chris, seriously. And Chris has been cruising a lot this summer, as he should, enjoying life. JB, Coach, did you hear someone's cabana booking was bumped for a Carnival bigwig? All the cabanas were sold out, and whoever this suit was felt privileged. Oh, my goodness. I did not hear about that. Wow. That's messed up. But, you know, I mean, it goes hand in hand. If they think they can kick all their loyal cruisers to the curb, I guess that makes sense. Lori Barbara, they had to lose the loyal. Why is this not? This my Wi-Fi. I'm just okay. They had to lose the loyal customers perk of priority boarding because they found selling fast for the fun. Yeah. I mean, it gets down to so here's my thing. Like, I understand it's a business. And people, you know, they always bring that up. It's a business. I understand that. But to me, to be good business is respecting the customers that got you your business to where it is, showing appreciation for that. You know, like professional sports teams that respect and honor their past, their legends, and what they did for the organization. The Raiders suck. Okay, that's my football team. They suck. They've sucked for a lot of years now. But one thing I respect the heck out of them for, and they're like ranked at the very top of the NFL, they respect their past. Okay, they welcome back all of their veterans all the time. They honor. If you played with the Raiders for 1 year, or you played with them for 20, they respect you. They put you down in the histories as a Raider. And that's why, you know, the Raider Nation and everything. It's just like, that's just one of the reasons. But that's one of the things I really respect about that organization is that they pay homage to the people that got them there, right? And they don't, you know, okay, you're no good to us anymore. Forget about you, whatever, and just brush you to the side. And that's why it's upsetting. What Carnival has done here with this is because it's just kind of like they're brushing the people off to the side that got them to where they are now, you know, and that's the part that's so frustrating. Brian Lloyd says body language tells the story. I think you're talking about John Heel, and absolutely. Carnival Cruise Addicts, good night, Coach. Everyone, 5 a.m. comes early, and they're about to board a cruise going to Carnival Celebration Key. All right. Texas Cruiser says, hey, folks, I gave huge news that I am posting about the Port of Galveston and its future expansion. It's wild. All right. Did I catch up? Am I actually caught up? All right. We got to give away this bag. Here we go. So Adventures with Uncle Dave, 1, JB, 2 through 6. Emerald Coast Cruiser, Frankie Floyd, 7 through 16. Tricia and Bert, 17 through 21. Adventures with Uncle Dave, 22 through 31. Cruise Life TV, 32 through 51. Charlene, 52 through 71. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, 72 through 76. Eric, North Shore Traveler, 77 through 86. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, 87 through 96. Cruise Life TV, 97 through 116. Michelle B, 117 through 136. Rick, the Texas Cruiser, again, 137 through 141. Admin Tim, 142 through 150. And we also have Tim down 1 through 7 and Chris Moss 8 through 22 going toward next week. Okay, so you see on my phone, there's nothing there. This is going to be the first ever 1 through 150 drawing. And if you win, you get shipped to you this cooler bag. And it's got a strap. I don't know if I showed off the strap yet. But yeah, it's got a strap and everything. Like I said, it's got a little bottle opener attached to it, which is cute. It's thick. I mean, I think this will last for years, and it'll be like a nice little bag for a short little, picnic or whatever. Okay, so here we go. Siri, give me a random number 1 through 150. 106. Who is 106? Oh my God. And I'm going to see them. This makes it so easy. Cruise Life TV had numbers 97 through 116. So Greg and Michelle, they did two. They doubled their chances. They had numbers 32 through 51, and they also had 97 through 116. So it was that second super chat that got them there. They got number 106. So congratulations, Cruise Life TV says, come on, Siri. And then, yes, Michelle gets her bag. North Shore Travelers is saying congrats. And we are 6 minutes overtime. Let me share one final time. We had Adele join the Coach Cruise family, but I am going to share that one more time. If there's anybody else that would like to get in on the Coach Cruise family, the members only section, like I said, I'm going to be sending you some extra videos from day 00 and day 0 that I think you'll have some fun with. Lori Barber says, yes, we followed all the rules, got the vaccine, wore the mask. Cruise ships weren't petri dishes. Wait, why does it keep erasing it? Come back. I'm trying to show your comment again, Lori. There we go. Smack us down and tell us it's just spend money for less perks. Yep, pretty much that's what they did. Adele Sargent, let me get Adele on the screen because she is our newest member right now. We got Mike Clark saying good night, and everybody else, good night, everybody. It's wonderful. Like I said, we're 7 minutes over time, but that's okay. It was a great show. I mean, it was a great show for me. I hope it was a great show for you. By a great show for me, I mean your comments and everything made it for me. So I hope you felt the same. And if you haven't already hit that like button on your way out, if you could hit the like button, maybe we can get this. The crap Wi-Fi that I'm experiencing, I'm paying for the upgraded Wi-Fi, and in the upgraded Wi-Fi is crap Wi-Fi. So I got to get rid of my Wi-Fi thing. It's just garbage. So we'll see you all next week on the Carnival Horizon. The next time you see me, I should be on the Carnival Horizon, and I will have already been to Celebration Key. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you can get notification when I go live from Celebration Key. And we walk around Celebration Key and see how wonderful it is and see if it's as good as everybody else says it is. Brian Lloyd is saying good night. Alex Staborski, night from Dayton. Oh, Alex. Okay, he's part of the group there. Good night from Dayton. Got in late. Sorry, that's okay. And we'll see you all later. Peace, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you on the Carnival Horizon next week.